Hello, this is Javi with Javi's Woodshop, bringing you your business tip of the week. This week, I'll share some important tips and warnings for working in a home office environment. The subject is home office, so let's talk about the two biggest setbacks to running a business from your home: distractions and lack of self-motivation. My Uncle Wilbur was paying $4,000 a month for an 800 square foot cabinet shop. He had a storefront where people would look at catalogs and a large space in the back in which to build his furniture. Now, Wilbur couldn't afford the high rent and he had a space at home, so he moved to a home office in his spacious garage. The kids would come in and see what he was working on, and he would lose his train of thought. It would take him a couple hours to get back in his right mindset for building, to be in the zone. Aunt Bertha would swing by to see if he needed anything. He would take a break and end up watching TV on the couch for the rest of the day. After a month of this, he said, "I can't work like this. There are too many distractions." So he decided to find a cheap warehouse and work from there. He stocked it with food, a TV, a nice recliner for taking breaks. Well, he got more work done than in his garage. In the end, he discovered many similar distractions which prevented him from being productive. Poor Uncle Wilbur. There's a difference between distractions and lack of self-motivation, but the two are closely related. In order to be effective in a home office environment, you should minimize all distractions as best as possible. If you're used to working with the TV on, the radio, a hangout, or other background noise, that's one thing. It is beneficial to many people's production to have certain background noises on in order that they don't burn out too quickly, overthinking or concentrating too long on one task. It's all a psychological game. You have to determine what works best for each person, whether a song, a TV show, an audience, silence, or a combination. That being said, those are not distractions. Distractions are incidents that take your focus away from what you are doing at the time. Do your best to minimize these distractions. Your spouse may have the best of intentions in bringing you a beverage. Your kids may have the best of intentions in wanting to be with you. As much as we love our families, these minor distractions, whether in or outside of a home office, are not conducive to the business atmosphere. As an example, in my painting business, my employees can listen to music if they so choose, but leave their cell phones off and in their foreman's possession as per contract. There are no distractions during the day to keep them from performing their job to the best of their ability. If there is someone they have to contact, they can do so during the break or after hours on their own time when they have full use of their phones. In the event of an emergency, their families know to contact the foreman or myself to relay a message or get in touch with them immediately. It's a job. It's business. And while you may run things less stringent than I do, I've found an all-or-nothing approach to be most productive in my own business. In my case, there are clear rules to the employee. They're not readily accessible, and the families understand this. But such is not the case in a home office. Rules should be in place, adhered to, and consistently enforced in order to ensure the success of your business. This may seem a little harsh and impersonal, but if it helps, think about it this way. If you are distracted by family and friends in a home office environment to the point that your business suffers, you are less likely to succeed in that business and thus would not be in a good position to help your family. We're not talking about personal time spent with the family or denying anyone's attention. These are business hours, you are in the office, and every minute of distraction is that much less you will accomplish and earn for you and your family. And speaking of business hours, my Uncle Wilbur finally got to the point where if he was in his office, his family understood he was off limits. He woke up every morning, got dressed, had breakfast, and went into work. He built his furniture for a while, dropped in on his family, had lunch, built some more, went back and had dinner, and then stayed until late coming up with more ideas. Some days he was in and out of his shop all day, working for an hour, resting for an hour, well into the night sometimes. Pretty soon, he was starting to come in late and working late. After all, it was all for his family. This random schedule caused friction and chaos in the family. There was constant arguments to the point that he no longer paid attention to his business. And pretty soon, well, poor Uncle Wilbur. Balance is important in a home office environment. You have to choose your balance. If you have a set schedule for office hours, stop work at a certain time. No excuses that, "Oh, I must finish this job," or "I still have work to do." There's always more work to do. If you choose to work in your private time, that's your prerogative. But if you're in a situation where you constantly sacrifice your private time for work, you're not quoting your time or your price properly. Now let's address self-motivation and accountability. You should not always blame the home office for your distractions or lack of motivation. I've known more than my fair share of business owners who have decided that their garage was not conducive to work. They ended up renting an office space only to find that they spend all day on Facebook and YouTube being entertained and being almost as unproductive as they were at home. Yes, I said almost. The main difference between external office and home office, aside from expense, is the level of distractions. In conclusion, the secret to being productive in a home office is the same as an outside office. Reduce the distractions, create an environment not to where you're forced to work, but where work is preferred and the distractions are not there. As for the rest, the hardest part is self-discipline. There's no trick, tip, or shortcut there. It's all about you. This has been Javier Unzueta with Javi's Woodshop. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching and please subscribe.